Hi, and welcome to the used bookstore. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm very well too, thank you for asking. Okay, so I do have a few books for you. These have actually just come in all this lot, I was then putting them away. But as you're asking what's new here, I will go through some with you. So, what sort of genre are you into? Anything? Oh, love that. That's so easy. So, so we've got quite a lot of sort of crime come in, horror. We've got a couple of life books, couple of romance. So let's just start from, well, we've got this one as well. So this is called The Bad Dog's Diary, Blake's Progress. So this is the second book in the series, and basically this is in the style of a diary, obviously, written by the dog. So just to give you an idea, Saturday, April 4th, my luck was in, the sun was shining, the owner was up early, and it seemed like every dog owner had beaten a path to the park. First stop, Scotty. Hello, big dog, you're looking in peak condition today, I woofed, just trying to warm him up. Are you taking the pish? No, just saying that it's amazing how you seem to get younger and younger. I'll read the next bit. I'm nae stopping here if you're gonna be funny, he growled and wandered away to sniff at a golden retriever bitch. So yeah, it's quite funny. That's that one. And then we have Karen. Someone's left a bookmark in there. We have Karen Rome's Into the Dark. When Michael Rowland saves his younger brother Joshua from the clutches of his stepfather, he runs for his life with his brother in his arms. From his hiding place, he sees the man who has made their lives a misery taken away in the trunk of a stranger's car, never to be seen again. Dr. Danny Novak has been keeping soccer coach Diesel Kennedy at arm's length to protect him from her dark secrets. When they are brought together by the two young brothers who desperately need their help, it seems they might be able to leave their damaged pasts behind them. But as the only witness to the man who murdered his stepbrother, Michael is in danger. As Diesel and Danny do all they can to protect him, their own investigation into the murder uncovers the trail of a killer who is out for vengeance and will wipe out anything that gets in his way. Do you like the look of this one? Yeah. Fantastic. We also have, I finished reading this a couple of months ago. James Herbert, Ghosts of Sleath. It is quite odd. 1994. 2 years after I was born. Can a ghost haunt a ghost? Can the dead reach out and touch the living? Can ancient evil be made manifest? These are the questions that confront investigator David Ash when he delves into the mysterious events terrorising the community of Sleath, a small, quaint village hidden away in the Chiltern Hills. In Sleath, he will fear for his own sanity as each dark secret is unveiled and terrible, malign forces are unleashed, for the full horror will be beyond imagination. It is good, yeah. Like that one? Okay. You put both of them there. You're not really keen on the bad dog story, not really your type of thing. That's fine. Okay. So now we have Cold-Blooded Liar by Karen Rose. Another Karen Rose book. He lies about everything except for murder. Colton Driscoll is a compulsive liar, but there's one thing his psychologist Sam Reeves fears he is telling the truth about: murder. Concerned his patient has committed an awful crime and that the life of another girl could be under threat, Sam tips off the San Diego Police Department. When a tip from an anonymous caller comes in to Detective Kit McKittrick, it leads to a body, a girl whose murder has the hallmarks of a serial killer that has been at large for almost 20 years. It also leads her to the source of the information, Dr. Sam Reeves. Will Kit be able to crack the cold case in time to stop another murder being committed? And is Sam Reeves just trying to help? Or is there a much more sinister reason he has so much information? Yeah. I quite like the sound of that as well. Okay. We have another bookmark. This is by James Patterson and Mark Sullivan. It's called The Games. 2 years ago, Jack Morgan was in Rio consulting on security for the World Cup. The tournament went without a hitch until a man died in one of the executive hospitality suites during the final, and the autopsy showed the cause to be a rare and deadly virus. The story was kept from the media to avoid causing panic, but Jack feared that the death was no freak occurrence. Now the eyes of the world are once again turned towards Rio for the Olympic Games, and Jack is back in Brazil's beautiful capital. It's not long before he uncovers terrifying evidence that someone has set in motion a catastrophic plan. A catastrophic plan. Yeah. I think you're just going to end up getting most of these books. Another James Patterson book called Countdown. undercover CIA officer has 7 days to save her country from the world's most dangerous double agent. CIA officer Amy Cornwall is in the business of tracking people down and keeping secrets hidden. When a botched field operation reveals some dark dealings on the inside, Amy discovers a plot that could kill thousands of Americans. Knowing that her leadership is corrupt to the core, she is forced to give up her identity and work from the shadows. But it's not easy staying hidden when your enemies are elite intelligence operatives. Will she get to the truth? Or will she get the truth out into the light before losing her identity, her history, her family? The countdown has already begun. You want to go for that? I'm not surprised. It looks good. It says on the front she has 7 days to prove she exists. Interesting. This is by Linwood Barclay. It's called No Safe House. And it says 7 years ago, something like 7, number 7, Cynthia Archer was plunged into a nightmare that cost the lives of her family. Today, the past has finally been laid to rest, but the memory of that terrible ordeal lingers on, and Cynthia is finding it hard to give her daughter the freedom to make her own mistakes. Then 2 neighbours are murdered in what seems to be a senseless and motiveless attack, and the whole town starts to share a sense of foreboding. But it's only when Cynthia's daughter and her delinquent boyfriend break into a strange house and find something they definitely weren't looking for that the nightmare begins again. For real. It's very good. I've read it actually. Okay. Then we have Kathy Reich, Bones Are Forever. So the author is actually a doctor. She's a forensic anthropologist. So she knows all about crime scenes, which is quite interesting. So it just says, a rundown apartment near Montreal, inside a tiny body is hidden, mummified, defenceless. Shocked and distressed, Dr. Temperance Brennan must focus on the facts to find the baby's missing mother. The trail leads to a desolate diamond mining town where her search only reveals more questions and more dead bodies. Temp refuses to quit until she has discovered the truth, but in this hostile environment, can she avoid being the next victim? Oh. No, that's fine. That is fine. Oh, we've got a Stephen King book here, End of Watch. I have personally read this. It's quite a weird one, but I'll read it for you. Bill Hodges, who runs a 2-person agency called Finders Keepers with partner Holly Gibney, is intrigued by the letter Z written with a marker at the scene of the crime. As similar cases mount up, Hodges is stunned to discover that evidence points to Brady Hartsfield, the notorious Mercedes killer. It should be impossible. Brady is confined to a hospital room in a seemingly unresponsive state. But Brady Hartsfield has lethal new powers, and he's planning revenge not just on Hodges and his friends, but an entire city. The clock is ticking in unexpected ways. Brady is back, and so is Hodges. Because there is a other books called Mr. Mercedes and Finders Keepers. So this is like part of that series, I suppose. No? Yeah, I understand not really wanting to read it until you could possibly get hold of the others. Yeah, we don't have the others in here, annoyingly. Okay. Something came out of this book. So, this is a James Herbert book, another fantastic horror writer. This is a fantastic book. The Secret of Crickley Hall. It was made into a TV series as well. But it's very good. It's quite a big one. There's another bookmark. It's a good book. So, would you stay in a haunted house for more than one night? Would you live in a place where ghostly things keep happening? Where a cellar door you know you locked the night before is always open the following morning? Where hushed whimpering is heard? Where white shadows steal through the darkness? Where the presence of evil is all around you? Would you? Should you? Probably not. The Cayleys did, or the Calleys did, but they had their reasons. They should have known better, though. As the terror mounts, they begin to regret their decision. As the horror rises, they realise their very lives are at risk, and so is their sanity, for the secret of Crickley Hall is beyond all nightmares. James Herbert. Yeah, I think you should go for it. Recommend. If you want something a bit lighter, I suppose, we can go for, there's a couple of romance books here. So this is the one you read first and you read this after. So I will just sum them up because I have read them both. I like reading, hence why I run a bookshop. So basically this one, this girl, Piper, she gets sent to, I don't know. Oh yeah. So her father died. She's now got a stepfather. And her father has a bar that she now owns with her sister. And basically she's a rich, spoiled brat pretty much, and the stepfather's sick of it. So she sends her to this place. And it's very like everyone knows each other, you work really hard, fishermen and everything, all that kind of stuff. And she is sent to live in this shabby apartment to do up the bar and actually work for a change. And her sister goes with her. And she meets this guy who hates her at first, and then it turns into love. And then there's this one afterwards. So this is that guy's best friend. And this is that girl's sister. And they kind of meet each other, have a friendship, and then they end up getting together. So, I mean, I hope I'm not ruining it for you, but it's pretty obvious with these romance books that that's what always happens. But it's the build-up and the tension, I think. Did I just wink at you? Sorry. That I think is quite interesting. You want to? Yeah, I mean, I'll do you a very good deal because you're buying a lot here. This is a very famous book, obviously, The Art of War. I actually know nothing about it, truth be told. It just got brought in. Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look upon them as your own beloved sons. They will stand by you even unto death. Says Sun Tzu, author of one of the oldest but arguably the best books on military strategy. Dating from the 6th century, The Art of War instructs on all aspects of waging a good fight, including keeping your plans from the enemy and the art of the surprise attack. Readers and admirers have included General MacArthur and Mao Zedong, as it remains an instructional text at many modern military academies. That's quite interesting, actually. So it's, if you don't know, it's basically just like this. So it's got short little bits on how to wage a war, I guess. It doesn't smell very good, actually. And I like the gold bit there. So yeah, what do you think of that? Not interested? But fair enough. You're not thinking of starting an army then. Fair. I also have this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Very famous. Basically how to win friends and manipulate people. Not really, I mean, I've not read it personally, but it's just how to get good at communicating with people, I suppose. Sort of well, it says on the back, the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Which I can, yeah. So yeah. What do you think about that? Okay, well the other one we have, self-help book sort of thing, coming today, was Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before? The tools I share in this book are mostly taught in therapy, but they are not therapy skills, they are life skills. Tools that can help every single one of us to navigate through difficult times and to flourish. When we understand a little about how our minds work, and we have some guideposts on how to deal with our emotions in a healthy way, we not only build resilience, but we can thrive and grow. So yeah, it's basically just, well, sort of that kind of thing, how to calm anxiety, things like that. Yeah, you'd like to give this a go? Yeah, I forget about that one. Okay. So it's funny because it says how to deal with your emotions in a healthy way to build resilience. But it makes me laugh, I don't know about you, when you see these videos of people parenting their kids and they're very healthy with their kids. They're like, they talk to them about how they're feeling, like, why are you doing that? Why are you acting like that? How are you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. Whereas other people are like, oh, just smack them, just do this. And it's like, because they're going to grow up to be pansies otherwise. And it's like, well, actually, no, because if they can handle their emotions in difficult situations, then they will be more emotionally resilient. So, and that is a very important tool, I think, to learn. So, yeah, I've not read that myself. I don't think we've ever had it in here before. But it seems pretty good. So, yeah, you want to go for these? Okay, cool. I will just scan these through for you. I know we've now got to do it on our phones, but it's sort of like really bad at working, so yep. Oh, you've got a bag, lovely. It has done more. That'll be £10 then, please. No, £15, sorry. Yeah, lovely. There's a card machine just there. Perfect. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy them. They are very good books, and yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming in, and we'll see you again soon.